Hello, this is Alonzo Bodden. I want to welcome you to episode 326 of my podcast, Who's Paying Attention? And this week we are brought to you by, first of all, HelloFresh. Now, you know I've talked about this before. It is delicious. With HelloFresh, you get pre-measured ingredients, seasonal recipes delivered right to the door. It's America's #1 meal kit. Just go to HelloFresh.com/12Alonzo and use the code 12Alonzo for 12 free meals. That includes free shipping. HelloFresh.com/12Alonzo. Use code 12Alonzo. You get 12 free meals. Most recently, I tried the tacos and they were fantastic. Also brought to you by Credit Karma. Now, who doesn't want instant gratification? If you're looking for satisfaction, there is no need to wait. With Credit Karma Money, you can win cash reimbursements for debit purchases. Right now, visit creditkarma.com/winmoney to open your free account and start winning instant karma. creditkarma.com/winmoney. You could win some money. Wouldn't that be nice? So here we are, another week. And I got to tell you, this insurgency, these attacks on capital and attacks on government are ridiculous. I don't know why these people are not in Gitmo, right? Because these would be the same people who would be yelling, you know, if God forbid, a Muslim or some person of color or Antifa, they love saying Antifa, attacked a government in any way. I mean, if they bent a paperclip at the post office, these right-wingers would be losing their minds yelling, lock them up forever, lock them up, send them to Gitmo. You remember lock them up, that was their favorite chant. Yet here they are again. So now we have in Oregon a congressman, Mike Neerman. This guy opened the door, not figuratively, he actually left the door open for the protesters to come into the Oregon Capitol on December 21st, you know, the right-wing crazies, and he let them in. He actually let them in. So, for the first time ever, Oregon is expelling him, okay? But here's the thing. So, Representative Andrea Salinas, a Democrat, said it was, quote, upsetting to learn that Rep. Newman was planning and coordinating an attack on our Capitol. Planning and coordinating an attack on our Capitol. Do you know what he was charged with? Do you know why he was expelled? He was charged with disorderly behavior. Are you kidding me? You're going to let protesters into the Capitol, maybe armed protesters, crazed people, whatever? Well, that's certainly some disorderly behavior. No crime, nothing. Yeah, he's expelled from the legislature, but no crime, no treason, nothing like that. Just that was disorderly behavior. Disorderly behavior is jaywalking, okay? Disorderly behavior maybe spitting on the sidewalk in front of the Capitol. I would think letting in people who are threatening to attack is a bit more than disorderly behavior. But what do I know? I don't have privilege. Yet, continuing, more and more the stories keep coming out. You know that they never accepted the results of the 2020 election. Now it's coming out. They've been sending death threats to election workers, the people who count ballots, collect ballots. Is there death threats in Georgia? Well, obviously a lot of the people doing that work were black because it's Georgia. Atlanta's a black city. Death threats. Arizona, death threats. No penalty for this. No, don't tell me you can't find where these threats are coming from. Don't tell me you can't, in this day and age, research and find out where these threats are coming from, whether they be mailed or emailed or whatever. It is unbelievable how they just let these people get away with it. They let them get away with it. Just again, this is another one of those things. This goes back to the first day of the Trump era, when it was imagine if Obama did that. Remember those stories? We gave up on that because that administration became so ridiculous you couldn't even imagine. I mean, if Barack Obama did anything Trump did, Barack Obama wore a tan suit and it was damn near the end of the world. And then Michelle Obama touched the Queen, and ooh, that was it. I think that protest went back to 1776 or whatever. I don't know. They lost their minds over that. These people armed insurrections, attacking capitals. You better slow down. That's a bit of disorderly behavior. When you're used to privilege, being treated equally is considered discrimination. That I don't know who originally said it, but it's absolutely true, and here it is one more time. So part of the stimulus bill was $4 billion to forgive loans to black and other minority farmers because they were discriminated against, okay? They were treated unfairly. This coming from the Secretary of Agriculture. Quote, over the last 100 years, policies were implemented that specifically twisted in a way the socially disadvantaged producers. There's no better example than COVID relief efforts. Okay, this is continuing his quote. Billions of dollars went to white farmers because the system is structured in a way that gives them significant advantages. What do white farmers do when they heard the black farmers wanting to get money? They sued. They're suing to stop these black farmers from getting the money, claiming, and I love this, claiming that it's racist for them to get money based on their race. Again, when you're used to privilege, being treated equally is discrimination, right? I don't know about you, but my family did not get 40 acres, and we're still waiting for the mule. We're still looking for the mule. I don't know where we keep the mule. I guess I could keep a mule in my backyard. I don't know. But it would have been nice for the government to give us our 40 acres and a mule. Another thing that applies here, and this goes back to, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, the Bruce's Beach, right? The Manhattan Beach land that was taken from a black family 100 years ago, and what that land would be worth today, et cetera, et cetera. And as a representative said, listen, if you accept generational wealth, then you have to accept generational debt. So these white farmers have been given every advantage, like he said, for over 100 years. And now they're like, well, we should give the black farmers some money. That's discrimination. They want the money. It's normal. I was going to say it's outrageous, it's ridiculous, it's blah, blah, blah. You know what? It's normal. Business as usual. These people, yeah, I said these people. I'll say those people. Who are those people? Crazy, hateful, resentful, angry white Republicans. That's who those people are. They're insane. Tom Cotton, and his name being Cotton somehow fits perfectly. Tom Cotton says, you gotta love this, there was no racism in the military, no racism and no sexism in the military until Joe Biden became president. That's right. Tom Cotton says it all started 6 months ago. Forget about the history of actual segregation in the military, right? During World War I and World War II, in that era, the rapes that these women suffered at these service academies over the past few years that we found out about, these wild parties and the threats that the women have, just existing as women in the military. Tom says, no, that didn't exist. None of that happened. We were all imagining it. It was some sort of groupthink where we only imagined things like racism in the military, sexism in the military. Tom said, no. It only started in the past 6 months because Biden's trying to get them woke. See what these people, and Tom Cotton is more intelligent than this. Make no mistake. This is the con, and this is what they do to their constituents because they know it works. He knows this is bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm giving him credit or what, but he knows it's bullshit. But what they say is, well, now because you're teaching them, when you have things like critical race theory in the 1619 Project, now that you're teaching them racism exists, you're making them racist. They weren't racist until you taught them what racism is. That's the story. The truth, the Pentagon 2017 survey found nearly 1/3 of black service members who said they experienced racism. 30% of black respondents, 22% of Asian respondents felt their chances for promotion would be harmed if they reported the racial harassment and discrimination that they endured. Imagine that you're discriminated against, but you can't mention the discrimination because the discrimination might stop you from getting the promotion that saying you're discriminated against will stop you from getting a promotion that you're not going to get because they're already discriminating against you. Sexism. Well, let's see. Following the April 2020 murder of Vanessa Guillen, female soldiers at Fort Hood faced an environment so toxic that they constantly lived in survival mode. Nope, they were just imagining that. They were imagining that because they, that Biden wasn't president, so they couldn't have been a woman killed for being a woman, and the constant fear of that sort of thing at Fort Hood, huge military base. Why? Well, Biden wasn't president, so you're only imagining it. It's just nonstop, and I'm going to talk about that more in a minute, but it really is. It's just nonstop. Good news, the United States image abroad has rebounded since Biden took office. Citizens of countries more than 6 in 10 expressed confidence in Biden to do the right thing in world affairs. So yeah, they seem to like. In France, 65% of respondents have a favorable view of the U.S., up from 31% last year when Baby Hands was around, and on and on. Well, Germany, we've improved pretty much everywhere. Germany, let's see, we've gained 40 percentage points in approval. Yeah, so that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know, the bar's pretty low. Bar's pretty low. Well, you're better than Trump. That is a low bar. So let's talk about. Listen, I can keep going with stories of racism and idiocy and horrible. The Texas legislature is so happy that they've signed this thing that they call it the 1836 Project, and it's supposed to promote patriotic education, the history of Texas in 1836. And actually, if only the governor had read this, in the 1836 Texas Constitution, it literally talked about allowing for slavery. Texans got land for bringing slaves with them from other states. So here's the real kicker. In 1836, Texas wasn't even a state. It was still part of Mexico. And this is just from me reading some tweets. You'd think that the people who write a law would read a history book. But why? When they know they can make it up. Alternative facts, people. They work. So let's talk about this money thing, because this is fascinating. And we knew this. We may not have known the extent. Warren Buffett talked about this years ago. Warren Buffett said that his tax rate is lower than his secretary or assistant or whatever. Effectively, he pays a lower percentage in taxes than the person who's his assistant, who probably isn't worth billions of dollars. So ProPublica got a hold of financial records, and they showed just how little these billionaires pay in taxes. I hope you're sitting down. The 25 richest people in this country saw a net growth of $401 billion in wealth. Do you know what $1 billion is? $1 billion is 1,000 million. Now, you know how you say you want to be a millionaire? Okay, think. You got to have $1,000 million to have 1 billion. In 4 years, from 2014 to 2018, their wealth increased $401 billion. Yeah. $401,000 million. Like, just try to get your head around how much that is. How much tax did they pay? $13.6 billion. If you made $401,000, I promise you, you would pay more than $13,600 in taxes. Okay? If you made $40,000, you would pay more than $1,300 in tax. This is their tax rate, 3.4%. For example, Warren Buffett, his net worth went up $24 billion. He paid $23 million in taxes. Jeff Bezos, who we're constantly talking about how rich this guy is, his net worth rose $99 billion. He paid $973 million in taxes. Elon Musk went up $13 billion, paid $455 million. Okay, so in other words, they're not paying taxes. Some of them not paying taxes at all. Average rate 3.4%. Who is the government mad at? Who are they going after? Attorney General Merrick Garland said, finding the leaker is at the top of my list. That's right. They're going after whoever let us know. We don't know who let you know that billionaires don't pay taxes, but we're going to find that sumbitch, and it's just, I don't know. It is. As the kids say, I can't. How do you get your mind around that? Not just the fact that they don't pay taxes, but that when you find out the actual numbers and how little tax they pay, the Attorney General says, we're going to go after the leaker. You know, and I want to talk about this more. I may talk about it more next week. But I have a friend, very smart guy, very successful businessman, multimillionaire. I don't know how much money he has, but he's got, millions of dollars, and he invests and he does all of that. He's a good guy. I don't know how much taxes he pays. But he said that he believes it's just one system. Like, there really is no difference, no separation between Republican and Democrat. And we talk about bipartisan government, and we say they never work together. But his thing is they are working together to maintain this illusion of a fight. And when you look at something like this, because Merrick Garland, this is under the Democratic administration, and he's saying the same thing a Republican would say, which is, we're not going to go after the tax codes. We're not going to get these billionaires to pay taxes. We're going to go after whoever let you know that they don't pay taxes. And he talked about how, when you look at Pelosi and you look at McConnell, they've been fighting each other through 3 presidential administrations now, and nothing's really changed. I mean, the business, like Chris Rocks brilliantly said years ago, when it comes to medicine, there's no money in the cure. The money's in the comeback. The money's in the treatment. Well, here, there's no profit in actually making government better. There's no profit in helping people. They keep their jobs by keeping up this fake fight. And more, I see that. I don't know if I'm ready to believe it, but I will say there is a validity to the argument. I'm going to talk about valid arguments in a minute, but first, let's talk money again, since we're talking money. Okay, how about this? You want to make some money? You want to get lucky? Let's talk about Credit Karma, okay? Credit Karma has always been there to help you make better financial decisions, but now they're really going to help. With a Credit Karma Money Spend account, you can be rewarded for good money habits, okay? Credit Karma Money is a brand new checking account, and you can win cash reimbursements for making purchases. When you use your Credit Karma Money debit card, you can win daily Instant Karma purchase reimbursements for items up to $5,000. You pay with your debit card. If you win, you'll be notified on the spot, and Instant Karma cash will be added back to your account. Now, you can open your FDIC insured spend account for free, no minimum balance, no overdraft fees, free withdrawals from a network of over 50,000 ATMs. And check this out. When you make a purchase between June 8th and June 30th, you'll automatically be entered to win $1 million. Okay? So here's what you do. Visit creditkarma.com/winmoney. Open your free account, start winning instant karma, okay? creditkarma.com/winmoney, sign up for free, and you start winning instant karma. That is creditkarma.com/winmoney. Instant Karma is sponsored by Credit Karma. No purchase necessary. Exclusions and terms apply. See rules. Banking services provided by MVB Bank Incorporated, member FDIC. Maximum balance and transfer limits apply. I talked about HelloFresh, okay? You skip trips to the grocery store. HelloFresh can make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And the affordable part, this is pretty cool because, you know, I like the math. And remember, we're trying to be billionaires so we don't have to pay taxes. First of all, HelloFresh cuts out the meal planning, trips to the grocery store, stuff like that, okay? HelloFresh, quick and easy meals, 15 to 20 minute dinners, breakfast on the go, and more. Just easy options for your busy life. Here's what I like. Okay, first, health-wise, HelloFresh ingredients are sourced directly from growers and delivered from the farm to your door in under a week. Okay, HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at the grocery store and 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal. How great is that? Save 72%. You're on your way to being a billionaire. I like it. HelloFresh is easy. You know, I actually cooked. And for me, that is saying something. Okay, I was able to do it. Yes, I had help and guidance, and I actually had to buy new knives. But hey, the meals were made, and that's what counts. HelloFresh, fresh food delivered to your door. Simple, easy. They take care of the planning, the groceries, all of that. Now, here's what you do. Go to HelloFresh.com/12Alonzo. Use the code 12Alonzo, 12 free meals, including free shipping. HelloFresh.com/12Alonzo. Use code 12Alonzo. Get 12 free meals and free shipping. Try HelloFresh today. It is America's #1 meal kit. You got to do it. I want to take a minute. I got 2 disturbing calls this week. 2 friends hospitalized. One, he had suffered a concussion falling off a bicycle without a helmet. Wear your helmets, people. And it ain't cool. A concussion ain't cool. But anyway, I got a call. He had a relapse, and they did an MRI and CAT scan, and they're looking for what's going on with his brain. Another friend, dear friend, who I've known for over 30 years, diagnosed with cancer, multiple tumors through his body. Prognosis is not good. It's very sad. This guy, he is a guy who is happy in life. This is one of those guys who's always smiling, always positive. And if positivity can beat cancer, he will beat cancer because he is a beautifully positive guy. One of those people that's always smiling and accepts life on life's terms. And it is absolutely unfair that he would get cancer a year before he's due to retire from work and start living his best life, as they say. Live for today, people. Do it. Life is promised to no one. These guys were both healthy. worked out, played ball, stuff like that. One of them, he had his knee replaced because he was a lifelong athlete. So it's not like they were laying around or out of shape. But I mean, not perfect, not health nuts, but healthy enough. Life's not promised, man. You know, I've said this before. I'm trying to take my own advice. You know, I did that motorcycle ride across country. It was on my bucket list. It was absolutely worth it. You guys know I love motorcycles. I took a motorcycle ride halfway across the country to take a kid on his first motorcycle ride, and it was one of the best experiences I've had. It was just to watch him light up. And his mom was like, he did not take his helmet off for a week. To get to do that and be part of that, whatever it is, you want to travel. I mean, the world's opening back up. You know what? Buy the purse, right? That purse costs $1,500. Well, if you have $1,500, go ahead and buy it. I ain't saying buy one every day, but enjoy that experience, or buy that pair of shoes, or like I say, go to that restaurant, or take that vacation, or do whatever it is. Especially as we get, if you're in your 50s, I mean, it's sad, but it's real. I've been in my 50s and I've been losing friends and watching medical things happen. And one of the things that really sucks about our system, my friend who is battling cancer, the great thing is he has great insurance. He has great insurance. So the doctors are taking care of him, and the rehab facility, and the radiation treatments and the chemo, and it's all covered. And isn't that a shame? Because if you have bad or poor insurance, listen, I lost a friend who was basically warehoused in these facilities that they call them rehabs or this or that, yeah, but they were just places that they put you in a bed and they kind of wait for you to die. And it's horrible. And that's what happens if you don't have insurance. So thank God he's got insurance. I love this guy. But anyway, my point being that this is life, man. This is life, and it's changing. Mine is changing, and it may change more. But if there's one thing I learned during the pandemic, simple pleasures. Simple pleasures. I told you I enjoy the quiet. I don't know about you. I'm not telling you how to live or what to do. I'm telling you to value the moments. I'm telling you to make some moments and some memories. I talk about the news. I talk about these horrible people, these crooked politicians and idiots and all of that, the racists and this. But let's not give them the power. Let's not give them the power of our happiness. Okay, let's keep an eye on them. Let's fight them when we can, thwart them whenever possible. As George Bush used to say, let's foil their plots, because George Bush lived in a Batman movie. But let's not give them everything. Just take your moments. I sit here in the office. You guys know I love the Hulk. My puppy, he's getting big. He's pushing 100 pounds now. Still a puppy, 6 months old. But he lays on his back in the office while I'm working, and literally just lays there. If you saw him now, he's laying on his back sleeping. He's not bothered at all by the fact that I'm working, but maybe he's got it figured out. Be good to yourself, hug somebody, and here's an idea. Get vaccinated. Why? Because it's safe to get vaccinated, and we have it's safe for society. And you know what? The vaccine is not magnetic. It's unreal that we have to say these things. The vaccine is not magnetic. They're a group of people, they call them the disinformation dozen. 12 people are responsible for 65% of the anti-vaccine misinformation. They tell a friend, and then that friend tells two friends, and those two friends tell two friends, and this is how it spreads. It's almost, okay, Joanna Overholt, who is one of the dozen, she's a nurse. I don't know what school she went to. I don't know how she graduated. But she says that she heard during lunch that vaccines cause magnetism in humans, and she was going to prove her point by attempting to show how a bobby pin and a key would stick to her exposed skin. She said to the Ohio legislature, think about this. You're saying that the vaccine makes you magnetic and you get to talk to the Ohio legislature. How crazy are we that this is considered? I said the only reason I think this magnetic thing works is to make the Bill Gates is tracking you seem reasonable. So she said, it would be great if someone could explain why this key sticks to my neck. And then she put the key on her neck and the key fell off her neck because she's not magnetic. Also because she used an aluminum key, and aluminum is a non-magnetic metal, which, we kind of learn in high school. But so there is something in your skin, and let's see what it's, and you would think a nurse would know this. Looking for the name. Here it is. There's a substance called sebum that's sticky enough to hold small items on your skin. And we've had that happen. You push something into your skin, it stays there for a moment. That's it. It's not magnetic. We're not X-Men. We're not X-Men. You're not going to get a vaccine and become a mutant, no matter how much you wish it was true. But the fact that I'm saying this, the fact that I actually have to say this, shows the level of stupid we as a society have reached. The fact that a nurse who somewhere graduated from school and became a nurse is talking about the vaccine being magnetic. And think about it. 12 people responsible for 65% of anti-vax misinformation. Why are people so anxious to believe the most ridiculous? If I told you, if you were just an ordinary, just a kid in the 8th grade, and I said to you, hey, I'm going to give you a shot and it's going to make you magnetic, I think you'd say, get that needle away from me. If you're an adult, you would definitely say, are you out of your mind? If I said I can give you a shot to make you magnetic, you'd be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Yet this woman comes out and says, oh, the vaccine will make you magnetic. And people are like, really? Well, that's why I'm not getting vaccinated. And make no mistake, people are not getting vaccinated, and don't think that the cards are going to work. Okay, there was a guy that just got caught here in L.A., got caught stealing 500 blank COVID-19 vaccine cards. Got a job at a vaccination site, stole 500 cards. He got caught, but how many people are not getting caught? There's fake vaccine cards, there stolen vaccine cards, which are real, filled out, and say, yeah, that's going to be a thing. It is a thing. Wish us luck. Finally, next week is going to be my last podcast for a while. I'm suspending the podcast because on June 19th, KBLA 1580, unapologetically progressive talk radio begins, and I will be the host from 4 to 7 p.m. Monday to Friday. KBLA1580.com is the website you'll be able to listen to. There will be an app. You can listen to me on the app, but the podcast will be suspended while I start the radio show. And then hopefully we will find a way to merge the technologies and you can listen through my podcast as well as through their app. But for now, this is the second to last one, people. Thank you so much. It has been a hell of a run doing this podcast. And again, it's not dead. It's just going to rest for a while. So I'm going to do one next week. I'm going to say goodbye and I'm going to say thank you. And right now for this week, I'm going to say goodbye and thank you. Who's paying attention? You are. I appreciate it.